Hello, this is Without Rock, and welcome back to my Let's Play / appreciation / farewell to Dawn of War Soulstorm. In last mission I conquered the Dark Eldar due to glitches, and then a few episodes later I conquered the Tau based basically on jumping up and using tons and tons of Seraphim. The funny thing about Seraphims is not a squad cap, so you can build as many Seraphims as you can so long as you don't fill up the squad cap. In other words, there's not a hard limit like 1, 2, or 3. I think with the Celestine squads there's a limit of 4, and I think with the Sister Repentia squads there's a limit of 3, but other than that the Seraphim don't really have a limit just besides squad cap. I'm going to go ahead and end the turn. I don't often see the orcs try to take this territory, and like I said, I've never seen a runaway thing where basically one army simply overwhelms the other. So we're in a very comfortable position right now. Since we have the Dark Eldar base, I can move here, then here, and from here I can go to any gate available. One of the other interesting aspects, let me go ahead and move some, just so I can. Another one of the interesting aspects is that since you have the Nanyunoi moon base, since you've taken out the Tau, basically one of your available ways to take territories, let me just demonstrate it here in a second. When you invade, it fires a shot that reduces this number. This number says 10 right now, and after you attack it goes from 10 to 9, and once you get it below a certain amount it's actually going to be a lot easier to take over. Preferably you want it about 5. With 5 it's what does it say? 2 bases. I guess you want it about 4. Anyway, let me go ahead and simulate that. So let's say I'm here, I attack, and I'm not going to commit any forces at all, and when I attack, you see an explosion happens. That reduces it from 10 to 9. So that reduces how much power they have. And once I get that number below 4, I'm good. And so since there's not really a time limit, I'm in such a comfortable position, I can go ahead and quit the battle. And that's that. That was the end of the mission. And technically I lost, but keep in mind I didn't lose any forces. I still gained requisition, and since both of these people, the Dark Eldar and the Chaos, are gone, I have no reason to expect them to reinforce. And that's that. And you think, well, that's incredibly silly. It is incredibly silly. And that's one of the main reasons you want to take out the Dark Eldar and the Chaos and then get Tau, because once you have Tau, you can simply reduce the actual amount of damage to each of these guys, right? I mean, I can do this all day. Attack, get in, back out. Is that cheating? No, because like I said, a lot of this mission can feel like work if you let it feel like work. And I don't want this game to feel like work. Certainly taking some of these bases is going to be very work heavy. Taking out the orcs is going to be work heavy. Maybe not so much the Raven. Not so much him. And that's a little bit work heavy. But I can keep on doing this over and over and over. So what am I going to do? Well, I do want a missionary, and I do want this particular unit right here, another Battle Sister squad. I don't care that much for these assassins. I already have that one. So what I'm going to do, off camera I suppose, is I'm going to go ahead and go in and out, in and out, in and out, reduce these to 4 so that it's only one base, quickly take it over, take these honor guard units, and then back out. And when I come back, we are going to go ahead and take on this base. That's not going to be fun because the Necrons are very powerful in this game. They're not as powerful as they were in Dark Crusade. In Dark Crusade, you could deep strike soul flayers. They're basically machines with flailing skin, flayed ones. They're called flayed ones. In Dark Crusade, they could take out buildings instantly. And they do so much morale damage, and since you could deploy them anywhere you have line of sight once you build them, they were basically the go-to unit. It is way too easy to play Necrons, and so they nerfed it on, nerf is a term which means they make it weaker. In this game, they nerfed it to where flayed ones don't do as much building damage. And they did a few other nerfs, but Necrons are still very powerful. Their Necron Lord is very powerful. They're not as powerful against Dark Eldar because Dark Eldar use purely melee, and one of these powers that the Necron Lord has is to stop all ranged attacks. So you got to use complete melee, and when he does that, your units don't automatically melee. They just sit there and get hit. But since Dark Eldar armor is completely melee, you don't have to worry about that. But we're not playing as that. We're playing the Battle Sisters that only have a few melee squads. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to take this base and take this base, and I'll talk to you when I get back. So thanks for, I guess this is the end of the episode for now. I'm using a different mic, you can probably tell. Thanks for joining me on this Let's Play / appreciation / farewell to Donnerworld Soulstorm. Have a nice night.